no position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Glad to have you with us from the original Cotton Bowl located on the fairgrounds in the heart of Dallas, Texas. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. If they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Moore. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Touchdown Longhorns! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him...
Comes the field goal team. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3
formation. It was the Longhorns who will ride off into the sunset with the coveted Golden Hat Trophy after beating their despised rival to the north. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis.
relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
He'll take a deep shot here. Makes the grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running.
The play action fake. Looking left. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Penn State! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels.
Down to the 17. Looking to throw, it's Aller. He wants it all. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
Back to pass, it's Aller. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40. To pick up the first down. To the air on first down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really
Red zone, third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Touchdown, Northwestern! And the comeback is on.
And that is the perfect way to cap off this drive. This thing started way back on their 2-yard line, and they methodically marched it down the field. You saw a little bit of everything on this drive.
First and goal. They'll run it on first and goal. Touchdown, Penn State! And they take it in for 6 more points. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the
5. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Push the ball down the field. Catch in the middle. It's Covey. Nice job to get
failing late. I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Finds him out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to be remembered in the month of November. The most important part in the meat of this schedule now is coming up. If you play well throughout the second half of the year, we're talking college football playoff potential.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I like that they started strong, made it to week 7 now. Yes, the rivalries are coming up, and more important games are coming up, but you did what you needed.
What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of... He'll keep it himself. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme...
time winding down here in the quarter. Trying to barge in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Raiders! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see...
Goal. Dropping back, it's Morton. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Pulls and throws off the RPO. There he goes! And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frog!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Wants to go up top. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Sets him up with a 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, TCU!
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your 2-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment, late in the 4th quarter, when you need the 2-point conversion?
Now they'll try to tie it up with the 2 late. Back to throw, it's Hoover. Rushes on him. And good hit. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, you talk about all the excitement and emotion. You're about to go take the lead in this ball game, and then you fumble and turn the football over, and now you need help. Now I need my defense to go out and somehow get me this football back after squandering that opportunity.
Him up, another sack. There's a long and storied history of great games between these 2 rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me from the 6. Looking to fire. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Iowa State! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. He just makes it look so easy. Impressive run.
So impressive. Time and time again, he can buy time, make you look silly. And
to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Field goal is good. And now the lead is even bigger. For the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
I think it's easy to say, run the option, run the option. Well, you've got to be able to see it quickly and make quick decisions. Nice job by the QB, getting the ball to his playmaker. He catches it. He can do the rest. Takes it to the house.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, NC State! A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14-0. They want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented. Nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot bigger than this.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese. What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Rentschler Field in East Hartford, home to the UConn Huskies. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the UConn Huskies. For EA Sports, remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass, it's Moss. Makes the grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to...
Power football with the run. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. Wide open spaces. At the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the 2nd level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle, and with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking left. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Louisville! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming.
Stop it. Time expiring in the 1st half. Before then, they can get another score. Trying to find the end zone. They will score! Touchdown, Cardinals!
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered.
It's a money play on 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been
He will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through Week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to be remembered in the month of November.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Minnesota on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
In its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! They take the lead with the 6.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing.
A high kick trying to pin them deep. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Special teams proving to be special. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt return.
Trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense picks it up. Touchdown, Indiana! The defense takes matters into its own hands. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play.
Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive?
He's going to throw deep right side. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a team sitting in the top 5 of the conference standings, taking on another SEC rival, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be a...
Aboard the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. This was hardly an offensive juggernaut, but sometimes you lean on your defense and grind out a win.
This was a defensive struggle, no doubt about it, but we know this is a team game, and the defense certainly did what they needed to do. The offense just barely did enough. That's the important part, David. Moving forward, they're going to have to play better on that side of the ball.
I think it looked more like an offensive struggle, not a defensive struggle. They definitely brought their A game, but listen, all you needed was enough points. Win, advance, build some confidence, find some...
Wins are hard to come by in a college football season, and they should be cherished and prized, particularly when you get win number 6 and become bowl eligible. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in Lavelle Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Arizona Wildcats, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. First of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Working that left side now. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU!
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation, so let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and
third down play. Looking to throw, it's Fafita. Bringing the heat. On the move and looking deep. And a big play on the left sideline. Excellent awareness to get that foot in bounds. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arizona.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the...
BYU lines up with a first and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Touchdown, Cougars. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being
this crowd on this huge 3rd and 4. Pocket breaking down. So close to that every second they can to try to rally here late. With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for it.
IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Floating away. Keeps it and gets past the chains. And he'll have enough. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Buckmeyer. Timeout on the gun of the game. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Buckmeyer. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got him downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Looking to get it in. He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right?
This is a matchup we've been waiting for. Conference rivals who don't like each other very much, and heightened intensity here because both teams come in ranked in the top 10. Welcome to the old horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on last year's national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Street. Let's get this thing underway. Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Caught near the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And Kirk, how important is that to get off to a positive start to draw first blood in a rivalry game like this?
Well, Chris, as you know, in a rivalry game, there's so much emotion. So to be able to put a touchdown on the board first just sets the tone for a big day.
They'll try to run this one in. And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. But they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and reach the end zone.
No, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense.
Made 3 already. He knocks it through with confidence. So after the field goal attempt coming up. What a moment for this kicker. A chance to put his team on top in the final minutes of this game. Oh, and he knocks it right through.
Well, you talk about a clutch kick. Good job by the snapper and the holder. The kicker gives them the lead. But remember,
maybe the last shot here. Looking deep for late game heroics. Finds his man, has the... Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Finding space at the 20. That's a nice play to set him up first down now at the 12. 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. He'll be taken down. The defense rises up with a sack at a crucial moment.
what was the quarterback thinking here? There's just absolutely no way you can take a sack in this situation. And now it's 4th down.
So here we go. One of the biggest moments of this game. The field goal unit is out there for a pressure kick. And it comes down to this, a field goal to put his team up in the final minute. The field goal is good. There's a flag down. If it's on the defense, wouldn't be enough for first down yardage. You figure they'll take the 3 points. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And it's intercepted. Not much on the return, but that's an important takeaway. Sets up the offense at the 34.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, you're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing them the game.
That's the kind of matchup we hope for. This team came in higher ranked, respected. They were fully tested. They had to show how good they were to survive the upset here today.
And I really think that the coaches and the players, they love playing these kind of games. You really are going to get tested. You find out what you're made out of. And these guys really met the challenge. I'm very, very impressed with the execution and how they played this game. And now they go to the next step.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.